Hi guys, I'm back again with a very small haul. Still haven't gone to my comic book shop now for probably, I think this is the third week. So, I'm hoping to bring a video very soon. It's probably going to be a big video, probably split into two again because there's going to be so much stuff to pick up. But I've had to give it a little bit of a rest this month. My wife has recently gone self-employed and there's been some invoicing issues with customers and stuff. Just teething problems, you know how it is. But yeah, that means I've had to cut back on the comic books a bit, because, priorities are priorities and whatnot. And I think I needed to cut down on books anyway. I subscribe to a lot of you guys out there in the community. I think you're all awesome. Congrats, Scott, on your 400 subs, by the way. Yeah, I think a lot of us got caught up this summer. There's so many great books coming out this year, and in the summer with the films as well. There's just literally felt like there's books coming out every single week we're picking up, and I think we all got a bit mad and a bit crazy, and I think we all went and just picked up loads and loads of books. Not because of the sake of it, they were all great, but it's come to that time of year now where we've got the holidays coming up. Christmas, you got to start buying presents and everything, and you realise, what, I'm spending a lot of money on comics. So I've been toying with the issue of cutting back my list now. It feels like for an eternity. I've managed to do that with a few books, but there's still a lot of books. Even when you cut it back to what you think is the bare minimum, you soon realise that it's still a lot of money. And at this point in time, I feel that money can be better spent elsewhere. So that's what I'm having to do. But it's not to say I won't be getting any comics. I will be, just they'll be coming sporadically. So which is, I see, like I say, I see a lot of you guys doing the same sort of thing. Different reasons, I guess, but like I say, I think we all got caught up this year, and I think we tend to do this to ourselves. I think we start off with a set goal, and we say to ourselves, right, I'm going to have 10 books a month. At the beginning of the year, that was what I was originally going for. I was, actually, no, I tell a lie, it was 8 books a month. And I had 8 books. I think they all consisted of Marvel Now titles. And that was it. It was going to be 8 books, and I think it worked out to be about £30. 40-50 bucks if you're in the States, and that was cool. That allowed me to get my books, plus then maybe pick up a trade or something, just be comfortable with everything. But it's like anything, you can't read one book without it leading to reading another book, and so on and so forth. And that's partly by design of the companies to make these books. They make them so interchangeable with one another that you want to find out what's happening, and you don't buy into a comic book character these days, not as much, I don't feel. I think, we all have our favourite characters, but much more now than just buying into the real world characters, we buy into a universe. So, especially now with all the films coming out from Marvel, it's a universe event. So Avengers leads into Guardians of the Galaxy, which leads into Iron Man, which it's just a big mushroom effect. And before you know it, you're collecting, instead of 8 books a month, you're collecting 40 books a month or 50 books a month, and it just gets out of hand so easily. And then doing so, of course, you fall in love with all these books, and you're just like, which do I get rid of? It's got to the point now where I'm actually toying getting rid of Superior Spider-Man, but I think that maybe comes to an end. I don't know. I love Superior Spider-Man, but I have to say it's not delivering as it was. So I'm being primarily an X-Men guy. I try and get all the X-Men books, which there are a lot of. You know what it's like. There is a lot of X-Men books, and trying to pick one of those is like trying to pick your favourite kid. It's too hard for me, so I just get all of them. And then DC, you got your stalemates, you got your Justice League, you got your Batman, and then you got a couple of Superman titles. That's 4 books. You know, it's, and then you got like a couple of independents. So before I know it, you minimum it's like 20 books a month. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to trim the fat. I keep saying I need to trim the fat, which I'm going to do. But I didn't come here just to moan and whinge. I did come here to show you some books. I was watching my friend's channel the other day, Cosmo, and he recommended the Legend of Luther Strode, or the Strange Talent of Luther Strode, which he pointed me out to a couple of months ago, which I picked up on his recommendation. And honestly, trust him when he says it's good. It is an awesome book. It is very bloody and very gory. And since then, I found out they had a volume 2. So you got the first volume, which I managed to pick up. The comics. Quite hard to find in this country. But I managed to find them, all first prints, and all for a very good price. And I got this in the trade already, but I enjoyed it so much I picked it up in individuals. It's got a little mark there, which I ain't too happy about, but I have got another copy of this, and it's really good. It's just about a high school kid that's suddenly has superpowers thrust among him, and he can't control them very well, and he's super violent, and you know, he's trying to learn. He's dealing with bullies and first time loves, and I'm not going to get there anything else with it, but something happens at the end of Volume 1, you think, holy shit, how are you going to get through that? And it's just a case of, you know, it's just a very bloody book, but it's very good. It's very, very good. It's so accessible just to pick up and read, and it's not disposable by any means, but you can literally just pick it up, read it, and it's fantastic. Just you want to read more. You know, so there's this Volume 1, Issue 1. And both volumes come in 6-part volumes as well. Volume 1, Part 2. So he starts off as a skinny kid that basically he gets bullied and whatnot. He suddenly finds out he has powers, and Volume 1, 3 of 6. Yeah, he finds out he has powers, and suddenly overnight he bulks up and he gets big and strong, and he sees the world in a whole new way. Volume 1, Issue 4 of 6. But yeah, if you don't like blood and gore and that sort of stuff, I wouldn't really go for it. It's not probably going to be your thing. But if you do, it's highly recommended. You know, there's this, you know, just stuff he sees. Just, you know, he's just like a guy there that you see, like people like in their like skeletal form is weird. In the final part of the Strange Talent of the Strange Talent of Luther Strode, Volume 1, Issue 6. Honestly, pick up the trade. Great book. Because I love the trade so much, I'm picking up the comics. And I think there's a Volume 3 coming out next year sometime. I'm not sure when, but from what I was aware. So very excited. Volume 2, Issue 1. Issue 2. Which has a... each one has a very cool back cover as well. Don't know what that's about, but these do. Volume 3. Four. 5 and 6. So I'm really looking for it. I haven't read Volume 2 yet, and if it's anywhere as good as number 1, I'm not going to be disappointed. So yep, I highly recommend that. Sorry, it's not my camera. Highly recommend them. That's the Legend and the Strange Talent of Luther Strode. Very, very cool. Very cool indeed. And there's some serious shit goes on there. Also picked up another issue of Spawn, issue 9, First Prince of Angela. I've already got one of these, but I picked it up so cheap. I think I paid £1 for it. It's like, you're not going to pay £1 for that. You can come bagged and boarded. And I have to say, this looks in better condition than the one I have as well, so I'm very happy with that. So there it is, guys. Hopefully we'll be back with the bigger pull list soon. But you know, I'm gonna do the right thing by my family, as I think all of us will do, and we do. And I'll say we're all taking our foot off the gas just a little bit, just to calm ourselves down, which is good. Because you know we've had a busy sort of 2 years with the whole relaunch of well, I'll say 2 years, but you know. There's so many new titles coming out, and I think a lot of those titles are starting to come to an end now, you know, and so we're going to be getting into phase 2 of Marvel Now relaunch, which I'm guessing is going to be a lot of Inhuman titles, and I've heard it's going to be Ghost Rider and Elektra, the killing off Daredevil. There's going to be another Spider-Man title, I think. They're bringing back the Amazing Spider-Man again. Not sure how that's going to work, but you know. Spider-Man's going to be a good book, I'm sure. So yeah, there's a whole new relaunch, and with that, of course, some titles are going to be disappearing off the Marvel shelves, but a lot of them will be continuing. So that's even more books we've got to contend with. And you know, I look at the books I buy each month, and I love buying them in comic book form. There's something so visceral and nice about having that comic book. I love trades, and I think a lot of books read better in trades. But it's just so nice to have the actual comic book. But saying that, you know, I can't afford to buy all the comic books I want. So I have to buy trades. And there's so much DC New 52 stuff that I haven't read, and I really want to get into. So I need to free up some cash so I can start reading some of that, and just broaden my horizons a bit, and not be so Marvel orientated. So, I don't know, I've been thinking of all kinds of things. I've been thinking, should I just stop buying comic books and just focus on buying trades? But then again, I want to support my comic book, so I don't know. It's a tricky one, guys, it really is. I think for the moment, I'll just be in and out. I'll still be picking up my monthly pulls. I think I'm going to have to get them going once a month and getting all my books once a month. And I think that's the way I'm going to have to do it for a little while. Not ideal, but you know. But you know, if anything I do get, you guys are gonna be the first to know about it. I'm gonna do I've got to shoot another video as well for Random Comics' 400 sub contests. So I'll do that. But otherwise, yeah, I look forward to seeing all your videos, guys. I love them as always. Hopefully, I'll get another one posted before Christmas. I really don't know. But if I do not, then have a great Christmas. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. See you later.